Let's jump into today's list. We are talking about influencers who went too far and got exposed. Tell me down in the comments if you think they deserved it. Beginning our countdown at number 10 is an Instagram model named Natalie Schlater who took it too far after comparing her life to a man picking rice in a field. Yeah, for some reason she put on a white bikini and stood in front of a farming field where she posed for a picture of a shameless booty pic. The worst part about her post was her caption. It said, "Thinking about how different my life is from the man picking in the rice field every morning." For obvious reasons, people didn't like this post and they had a lot to say about it. People immediately started to call her shallow, entitled, and said that she should be ashamed of herself to give herself the title of an influencer. One user commented saying, "This is just, my life is better than that guy, look at my ass." But Natalie said it was just a big misunderstanding. I don't think it was a misunderstanding at all. How did you even end up at a rice farm in a white bikini? Like, your picture alone doesn't make any sense. And imagine being the man working away in the heat, picking rice for a living, and you look up to see some girl in a white bikini taking pictures, bragging about how different her life is than yours. Welcome to 2019. Next up at number 9 is the Instagrammer who faked her trip to Paris. I'm only at number 9 and this list is already annoying me. A Swedish influencer named Johanna Olsson got in hot water for trying to fool her followers with her weak Photoshop skills. She posted a picture on her Instagram which was an advertisement for the brand Pretty Little Thing. In her post you can see her rocking this adorable outfit, nonetheless, in a beautiful place that looks like Paris. She captioned it, "Fall leaves in Paris, love the city this time of year. Wearing a jacket from Pretty Little Thing, #advertisement." But if you stare at the picture for more than 30 seconds, you will notice the horrible Photoshop job and the fact that the entire background of Paris is fake. In fact, all of her Paris pictures were photoshopped with different backgrounds. One user commented on it saying, "Desperately trying to be a somebody," and another one wrote, "Oh my god, how can you say this is real?" After receiving tons of backlash and TV shows wanting to interview her about her fake traveling, she went online to explain that she was in Paris, but she just wanted a nicer background. Moving on to number 8 is a so-called influencer who thought it was appropriate to stomp all of her plants at a conservatory even though staff asked her not to. People around her actually captured the behind the scenes of her little photo shoot and exposed her online for the ridiculous effort she put in to capture that picture. One Reddit user posted a picture online and said, "She was asked by multiple people to stop and ignored everything. Security eventually came and escorted her and her photographer out of the building. Both were asked not to return." See? It's people like this who give the whole influencer thing a bad rep. Users were not impressed and started writing their opinions on her pictures. One user wrote, "She should have Instagram deleted as punishment." What do you guys think? Should she be punished? And if so, what is a fair punishment for something like that? And at number 7 is a lifestyle influencer who was looking to get free personal training. Not only that, but she was looking for someone to pay her to train her. A company came forward and exposed the email that this influencer sent, saying that it would be an incredible opportunity for one of their trainers to train her for an upcoming IFBB bikini competition. In her email, she wrote that she was looking for a trainer in exchange for social media promotion, as well as a payment to her for doing the posts. One of the gym employees posted a picture of the email online and went on a rant about how influencers think they have a right to free products and services from companies. In her post, she said, "Well, honey, exposure ain't gonna pay the bills we have nor feed the families we have. Please pay the people whose services you need." Boom. Couldn't have said it better myself. So not only did she not receive a personal trainer, she also did not get paid, and her selfish request was viewed by thousands of people online. Swipe at the number 6 spot is a fake guru. You heard me right. Apparently there's a fake guru on the internet who has been exposed as being a scam artist. The guru is claiming to be a wellness influencer who helped his clients. He acted as a wellness coach to them, whatever that means. The name remains blocked out in the articles, which might have to do with some legal issues, I'm not really sure. But his account had over 186,000 followers and he was always posting about his lavish lifestyle and just how much money he made every day. Like, he literally exposed his income. Screenshots surfaced online of the guru contacting a web developer asking him to make a new CRM for their marketing agency. When the developer tells him his rate of $50 an hour and that it'll take 3 to 6 months to do, which is pretty normal I guess, the guru says he will pay him in exchange for exposure on his Instagram. He said, "I was thinking you could make this for us and we can give you a shout shout out on our Instagram, letting everyone know how great of a job you did. There's a lot of businesses following us, that'll get you a lot of work. The conversation escalated quickly into an argument where the web developer does this as his full-time job, calls him out for making so much money but not be willing to pay. The post received hundreds of comments and the account was reported. Halfway through the list, number 5 is another influencer who tried to get free accommodations. One influencer named L. Darby ruined the opportunity for every other influencer who was hoping to do the same thing. One of her emails got exposed online showing that she wrote to a hotel asking to stay there for free in exchange for promotion on her YouTube and Instagram. She made sure to add in the fact that she has 87,000 YouTube subscribers and 76,000 Instagram followers. The hotel is called the White Moose Cafe, located in Dublin, and they emailed her back with a very sassy email. They listed their amount of followers and said, "It takes a lot of balls to send an email like that, if not much self-respect and dignity." The hotel and cafe received backlash online because some people came to her defense after she posted this YouTube video, crying and saying that she was exposed and that it was malicious. Because of that, the hotel released a statement that all bloggers and influencers are banned from their business. In a statement, it said, "If any of you attempt to enter our premises from now on, you will be ejected. P.S. Perhaps if you went out and got a real job, you'd be able to pay for goods and services like everybody else. Just a thought." Like, seriously though, these influencers make more than people at a full-time job. Give me a break, you can afford the hotel. Just saying. Here we are at number 4 with a reality show contestant who let the opportunity go straight to their head. A cook was exposed after sending a message asking for free food. Of course, the opening line of her message was, "Hi, I'm a contestant on this season of My Kitchen Rules." I don't even know what that is. In the email, she said that her and her cooking partner are heading to their area and would love to come for dinner on them in exchange for food pictures on her Instagram page. She finished off her message with a statement, "I've got a very high engagement rate." The restaurant posted her message on their stories and followed it with their reply, which said, "How about you do the right thing and pay for your meal like everybody else? The ATO, suppliers, nor staff care about exposure. If Katy Perry can pay for a meal in my restaurant, so can you." You know, I get that she was just hoping to do a little collaboration, but I feel like if you're in the food industry, like yourself, wouldn't you want to support other cooks as well in the same way you'd want support for your own restaurant? Just saying. In the 3rd spot is one that will make you shake your head. A Bachelorette contestant wants free rent. Emails were exposed online after one of Chase McNary's assistants reached out to a property and requested that he live there for free as a live-in social influencer, as they called it. They sent 2 paragraphs talking about how he is a runner-up contestant trying to win over JoJo Fletcher's heart in one of the seasons. They explain how many followers he has and how many views and profile visit he gets on an average weekly basis. To end off their email was a request that Chase is looking to partner with an apartment complex as a live-in social influencer, but there was nothing in exchange. They just said that since he is a Denver local, that it would be beneficial to their property. After the email was exposed, people had a lot to say, and the majority of them were saying that he is just a guy who got on one of many reality TV shows, so who is he to deserve free housing? Taking the number 2 spot on our list is an influencer who was exposed by her own dad. A girl named Sarah McDaniel was getting tons of attention after sharing pictures of herself showing off that she had 2 different colored eyes, one being brown and the other one being this very bright, piercing blue color. She claimed that she had heterochromia, a condition that creates a difference in the colors of the iris or skin. But her own dad exposed her after commenting on one of her Instagram posts saying that she was actually born with 2 brown eyes and that the blue eye isn't her real eye color. The infamous exposer Celeb Face posted a childhood picture that her own father sent in and captioned it, "Expectation, a poor girl with different colored eyes. Reality, an ordinary liar who had one eye color surgery and tells everyone about her real heterochromia now." People online were pretty mad, not gonna lie. They were just really upset that she would lie about something like that because some people actually have this condition. But yeah, she was exposed by her own father. Taking the number 1 spot on our list is the influencers who were shamed after taking sexy selfies at Chernobyl. People were livid after influencers started traveling to the site and taking insensitive photos to gain exposure, completely disregarding the fact that a real tragedy occurred there. Chernobyl is the site of the world's worst nuclear disaster, which resulted in a lot of deaths and also forced people to flee their homes. People called out these influencers influencers saying that they are disrespectful and insensitive. One influencer went as far as posting a picture on the site posing in her bra and underwear. A user commented on it saying, "This photo is disrespectful to the people who lost their lives here. How insensitive can you be?" She was just one of many people who were attacked and criticized online for their posts. I want to hear from you. Do you think they deserved it? Starting our countdown at number 10 is the bride who did a sponsored post on her wedding day. Because when every girl dreams of her wedding day, she hopes that she will be doing an ad photo shoot in her wedding dress. A Twitter user exposed the bride after she posted a picture in her wedding dress at the church holding a Bang energy drink and posting it as a sponsored ad. Now, I get it. She was probably thinking that it's the perfect way to say like, my wedding day is so crazy, thanks to Bang Energy for the help to get me through it. It's a clever marketing idea, but really? Is this the world we're living in now where you pose in a wedding dress for an Instagram ad? Instagram should be the last thing you are thinking about on the most special day of your life. People started to slam the influencer once the picture went viral. One user said, "Oh my god, what a loser." While another one said, "I hate influencers." Maybe this was all an attempt to help pay for the wedding, but if you were going to sell out on your big day, at least pick a more tasteful item. Any beauty product would have made more sense. Up next, number 9 is a wellness influencer who decided to do yoga on the Berlin Holocaust Memorial. Need I say more? No, but I will. A girl posted a picture of her standing on the Holocaust Memorial site holding a yoga pose and captioned it, "Yoga is connection with everything around us." Her post seems innocent, like she had good intentions trying to connect yoga to the tragedy that happened. But I feel like this is just one of those situations where like there's a time and place for everything, and this wasn't it. She was immediately slammed online with people criticizing her morals and sharing her post. One user wrote, "When they constructed that installation, they really didn't foresee the extent to which camera phones were going to contribute to the crapification of humanity." Another user chimed in and said, "Some memorials are to do as you please around them, while others are meant to remorse. It's important to know the difference." But she is not the only one doing it. Tons of people have now been exposed to their insensitive pictures. When you see pictures like these, you can't help but think that they only did it for the clout that it'll bring them. Swiping the number 8 spot on our list is the influencers who use the Miami fires as clout. There are too many influencers to name for this one, which is an annoying thought, but the majority of them have been exposed, and that makes me happy. It all started with one tweet which exposed 4 influencers for their posts about the California wildfires that actually had nothing to do with the California wildfires. The tweet said, "We want to thank all of you brave influencers who have donated completely unrelated thirst traps to the victims of the California wildfires." From there, people started to expose other influencers' posts in this gigantic influencer hating thread. So you're probably wanting some examples of what these influencers were posting. One man decided to post nude in a picture and captioned it, #current mood, seeing all of the unreal destruction in Malibu from the fire. It has always played such a central role in my work. I'm so sad for those affected and for the world to be losing such majesty. Another fitness influencer posted in a sports bra and spandex shorts saying, "Praying for everyone who has been affected by the Malibu fires. I've been seeing the updates all day and it's so sad." Yet for some reason, she picked a picture of her half naked and smiling. Girl. People were not impressed and slammed them for exploiting disasters for their own gain. Moving on to number 7, we have a mommy blogger who got upset that her son's pictures didn't get a lot of likes. Katie Bauer blogs about her life as a mom, and one of her blogs got hated on after she wrote about her son being the least liked of her children on Instagram. Why are your kids on Instagram? Another verified influencer on Twitter exposed her blog and wrote, "Oh my god, this Instagram mommy blogger is celebrating her son's birthday by writing about how out of all of her kids, he statistically performs worse on her Instagram, and she is worried that one day it will ruin his self-esteem." In the blogger's post, which has since been deleted because of all the backlash, she wrote, "Instagram never liked my munchkin and it killed me inside. His photos never got as many likes, never got comments. From a statistical point of view, he wasn't as popular with everyone out there." After everyone was annoyed by her rant, she tried to explain herself, saying that it was meant to show her personal growth and that the number of likes do not reflect her and her family, but no one is really buying that. At number 6 is a travel influencer who faked her vacations by using the same cloud in every picture. Fans started calling out 2B Saravia for editing her travel photos, noticing that she uses the same cloud formation in all of her pictures. It all started when a Twitter user gathered some of her photos and posted them, saying, "This travel influencer spookily has the same clouds in every photo." After receiving some backlash, the influencer came forward, saying that she has always been open about the editing she does with her pictures. She explains that she uses an app called QuickShot to edit her traveling pictures. She said, No big deal, I use it for better composition of my pictures when the actual pic has an overexposed sky. Can't believe how far my clouds went. If you need some, I can do a giveaway. Tupi also defended herself to BuzzFeed and said that she's made the joke to her followers saying that the clouds are following her around the world. But when she was exposed, a lot of people were shocked by it when they caught on to the editing. So who is telling the real story here? Either way, I feel like a travel blogger should keep the views genuine. I don't want to see a fake sky in the Bahamas, I want to see your actual view. Halfway through the list, number 5 is the influencer who faked her own Wikipedia page and sponsored ad post. An online blogger observes social media platforms as part of her job and says it's easy for her to know who is faking their fame and success. Without naming anyone, I guess she's nice. She exposed that one of her influencers she did work for created a fake Wikipedia page for herself and then posted it to social media and pretended that a fan did it for her. On top of that, this influencer would fake all of her sponsored ad content. She would actually buy the products but then pretend that they sent it to her for free, and then she would use the hashtags ad and sponsored and even tag the brand in hopes that they would actually sponsor her. After this was revealed on Twitter, people were baffled but also said that the effort was kind of impressive. They said she really was pulling off that whole fake it till you make it mantra. I just feel like you are spending a lot of your own time and money. For what exactly? Fake success? Doesn't make much sense to me. Here we are number 4 with the influencers who paid a driver to take them to Instagrammable locations but pretended it was all part of their travels. Some genius came up with the idea that they knew influencers would totally be down for. They offer a service where they will drive you to all the hottest Instagram photo spots in LA so you can get all those Instagram worthy travel shots. A Twitter user exposed it online saying, "For just $39 per person, a stranger will drive you around and help take Instagram pics that make it look like you had fun on vacation." The site where you can purchase the package has a description of what they offer. Under their "What We'll Do" section, they wrote, "Don't lose vacation time trying to find the Angel Wings mural or figure out how to get a great picture of the Hollywood sign. We will drive you to some of the best photo op spots in LA. Your Instagram is going to look great after this. If you need help, we can take your picture using your own device. The experience begins and ends in Hollywood and will last about 4 hours but may vary depending on traffic." Do you know what it took me to get my epic Hollywood sign pictures? I woke up at 5 AM and hiked my ass 2 hours up the hill and then 2 hours back down. And I documented the entire thing because it was a legit part of my vacation. This just annoys me. Even if someone offered to drive me up to the sign just to take a picture and leave, I would have never traded it for actually living out that moment and experience. I don't trust anything online anymore. This is why people have trust issues. Alright, in our third spot is an Instagram travel blogger who took some heat after posting a dangerous kissing photo. She goes by the username Backpack Diaries and it documents her and her man traveling the world together. But one of her posts ended up getting a lot of heat. The couple took a picture of them kissing as they hung off one of the blue trains in Sri Lanka, and yes, the train was moving. The trains are now having the issues that people are trying to recreate the same picture, which is incredibly dangerous and life-threatening. Fans were mad about the picture, and one user said, "What an incredible display of stupidity and recklessness. Oh, and you should tell your followers it's fake or they might kill themselves trying to get the same shot." But the couple has no problem admitting that it is real and they are proud of their wild kiss. They said it actually shows the trust between them and how they always live on the edge. Literally. People didn't respond well to that either. One photographer wrote, "Completely irresponsible photography, poor show." Can't deny that it is a sick picture though. Next up at number 2 is an influencer who got shamed for trampling on poppy fields. An Instagram account called Our Public Lands Hate You exposed that irresponsible influencers will take pictures in some of America's national parks. One park in particular is the Walker Canyon Poppy Field, which is a huge spot for tourists because it is breathtaking when in full bloom. But people are getting mad saying that they can't have nice things because selfie-seeking bloggers ruin it just for a picture. One Instagrammer named Jacqueline Zarp faced the heat after she posted a picture standing in the middle of the field holding a handful of poppies. The public land account exposed her picture in a long post and said, "Here's a new low, not just trampling, not just picking flowers, but pulling the entire plant, roots and all, out of the ground. Zoom in, you can still see dirt dangling from the roots." While they aren't lying, you really can see the dirt. She's just one of many though. People have started a hashtag to call out those who have vandalized the area. It is hashtag Don't Doom the Bloom. So if you see anyone out there Hashtag and expose them. Taking the number 1 spot is a famous influencer who was exposed as a scam artist by her own best friend. Caroline Calloway has over 800,000 followers, which she gained from posting photos with these really long captions about her life using the hashtag AdventureGrams. But her friend of 7 years, Natalie Beach, came forward in a tell-all essay and exposed her for buying her followers and making fake sponsored posts so that she could build a fan base. She went as far as saying that Caroline faked being suicidal and that she actually helped her write her captions to make them believable. She did all of it because she had a memoir that she was trying to write and sell. Natalie exposed the truth, saying, "The real story, she told me, is she took a series of meetings with literary professionals who informed her that no one would buy a memoir from a girl with no claim to fame and no fan base." And so Caroline made one online. Her social media fame ended up getting her a signed contract with a literary agent, and she actually scored a book deal for $375,000. But after being exposed, the influencer backed out of her book deal, and now she owes her publisher $100,000 in resolution. Karma's a
In at number 10 on our list, we got Ryan Toys Review. In the fall of 2019, the YouTube channel Ryan Toys Review was slapped with a Federal Trade Commission complaint. The channel is run by Ryan Kaji's parents, and it is the most successful channel on YouTube. But according to the consumer watchdog Truth in Advertising, Ryan has been, quote, deceiving millions of young children on a daily basis by not properly disclosing sponsored content, which is against the law. Any sponsored content, video, pictures must feature some sort of disclaimer stating that the content is an advertisement, especially when it comes to children's content. Preschoolers are too young and unable to differentiate between paid promotion and regular content. On TV, there's a commercial break. In Ryan's videos, the paid promotions are disguised as regular content. As of November 2019, there's been no update on what consequences Ryan's channel will face, but his parents have changed the name of his channel to Ryan's World instead of Ryan Toys Review. Not really sure what that's about. In at number 9, we got James Charles's Met Gala comments. In May of 2019, James Charles made some entitled comments that were arguably the beginning of his historic downfall on YouTube. He posted this photo to Instagram of his look, with the caption, "Being invited to such an important event like the ball is such an honor and a step forward in the right direction for influencer representation in the media, and I am so excited to be a catalyst." Even now, the post is still up and it has almost 300,000 comments. James was harshly criticized for likening himself and privileged influencers as a whole to minorities, people who do deserve representation in the media but are only now beginning to get it. My favorite tweet response to James's post was this one. "Ah yes, the historically oppressed and marginalized class influences." I always read that tweet in a British accent, like a hoity-toity queen British accent. I've also been watching The Crown lately. In at number 8 on our list, Can You Fund My Vacation? Another Beautiful Day official are an influencer couple with 45.6 thousand followers on the gram. They shared a post to the platform that at first glance sounded like a sales pitch, but as you kept reading, it turned out to be them asking their followers to pay for a vacation. The post said, "Me and Ellie will cycle towards Africa and hopefully beyond. We want to take you on this huge adventure." Who? Me? They're talking about me! They're not talking about me. They continued, "A celebration of life as we ride freely across mountains, by the sea, and through metropolitans." Essentially, they were raising $11,000 from a GoFundMe, and it would go towards bike gear, food, accommodation when needed, internet, SIM cards, and to keep us up to date. I really need updates on how your vacation is going. Needless to say, a lot of people were not amused by this shameless attempt at a money grab. The plea made international news, and people flooded the comment section with things like, "Get a real job and pay for it yourself." Agreed. And at number 7, we got Freddie Bentley. In November of 2019, Instagram influencer Freddie Bentley, who has 101,000 followers on Instagram, went viral for saying that kids should learn less about World War II and more about climate change and Brexit. In an interview with Good Morning Britain, he admitted that he wishes he learned less about the most important event ever to take place in the history of humankind because it was, quote, so intense. He said, I quote, "I don't think it needs to be in such a young way young children, like mentally, mental health. To be told this amount of people died for you. I just learned as a child it's so intense." That did not make much sense, but that's what he said. Yeah, you're darn right it's intense. 6 million Jewish people died in the Holocaust and 70 million people died in total because of that war in gruesome and unjust ways. But even now, with all the education we get in schools, there's a growing population of Holocaust deniers, a growing ignorance that surrounds the Holocaust. Naturally, he got a fair amount of backlash, so he clarified his remarks in an Instagram post that said he wishes schools would focus more on current current events. He said, I quote, "World War II needs to be taught in moderation to promote mental health and focus on teaching young people real life skills, and to prepare for current issues that are relevant to us, such as how to get a mortgage. What are the real impacts of Brexit and climate change for a future generation?" Like, I mean, I get what he's saying, but I also don't think that we should learn less about the Holocaust. In at 6 on our list, we got Emma Hallberg. We've talked about Emma a few times on this channel, but she's definitely relevant to this list. Emma Hallberg is an influencer with 314,000 followers at the time of this recording. From her posts, it's hard to imagine that she's anything other than mixed race. But in November of 2018, many of her followers who were black women discovered that she was actually a white woman. An old photo of Emma Hallberg was found and passed around on Instagram, and it shows a very different Emma Hallberg than her followers are used to. Emma defended herself after she got an insane amount of backlash, claiming she's grown more tanned over the years. Regardless of your opinion, Emma is one of the most famous instances of a concept called blackfishing, a term to describe influencers who are posing as ethnic. Halfway there now at number 5, we got bad taste. In September of 2019, a Russian Instagrammer, Xenia Chumi, I am not sure if I am saying that correctly, got a ton of backlash for a tasteless Instagram post that showed her reclining against the New York City skyline, One World Trade Center in the background, with the caption, "Making it dramatic since 2001. Hashtag New York Fashion Week 2019. Many people in the comment section of this post were saying that she should change the caption because it sounded like she was saying that 9/11 was dramatic. Oh yeah, and she posted this photo on September 11th at exactly the same time that one of the hijacked planes crashed into the Twin Towers. That's awkward. Within 10 minutes of posting the photo, her caption was changed to something far less offensive, which was "Making it dramatic for Fashion Week." In at 4 on our list, we got Kristen Hancher and the horse. Kristen Hancher is an influencer with nearly 6 million followers on Instagram and 1 million subs on YouTube, but back in the summer of 2019 she was harshly criticized for this photo she posted to Instagram. It shows her riding a horse wearing a bikini, but the horse is quite deep in the water. Some said too deep for it to be safe. The post garnered 8,000 comments, many of which were criticizing Kristen of animal abuse, and she sacrificed the horse's health for a photo op in a bikini. Other people said that the ocean is full of toxins that could have harmed the horse, and some said that a wave could easily injure the horse. I don't know much about horses, so I don't know if it's safe or not for a horse to be that deep in the water, but clearly a lot of people felt this way. Anyways, Kristen Hancher's representative defended her in an interview, saying that she's an animal lover who owns 2 dogs and she would never do anything to hurt an animal, adding the horse was safe at all times. The post is still viewable on Kristen's page now. It is quite a beautiful photo though, you have to admit. In at 3, influencer fillers. In November of 2019, an influencer was sentenced to 4 years in prison for illegally performing hyaluronic acid injections on her followers in both her home and in various hotel rooms around Germany. Court records also state that she performed some of these injections in clubs. Like nightclubs. Oh yeah, you wanna just go to the club, guys? I hear there's a girl giving injections. She was eventually outed after several of her followers complained of swelling or pain from the injections, which she also performed without wearing gloves or a mask. Hella unsanitary, people. It turns out that she earned around $500,000 from these illegal injections. $500,000 that she didn't pay tax on, so she was ordered to pay around $73,000 in addition to her 4-year prison sentence. In at 2 on our list, Kylie and Kendall Jenner's t-shirts. The Jenner sisters were called out in July of 2017 for a new line of t-shirts they had created, featuring their faces superimposed on top of images of the Notorious B.I.G. and Tupac Shakur. They did not have the permission of the deceased rappers' families to use their images, and especially not so disrespectfully. At the time, Valletta Wallace, Biggie's mother, criticized the Jenners and threatened legal action. The shirts were being sold for $125 each, yet the family wasn't even contacted. Even Sharon Osbourne tweeted at the time, "Girls, you haven't earned the right to put your face with musical icons. Stick to what you know, lip gloss." Sharon Osbourne out here serving some tape! The Jenner sisters were forced to pull the line of t-shirts after the backlash, and honestly, yeah, you should do that. That's very bad. It's a step too far. And at number 1 on our list, we got the Auschwitz influencers. I can't even believe that Auschwitz and influencers are being featured in the same sentence, but here we go. Auschwitz and influencers are 2 words that should never go together. Okay, so back in March of 2019, the Auschwitz Museum had to publicly warn people to stop posing for photos on concentration camp railway tracks, a problem that the museum felt they had to address. The museum tweeted at the time, "When you come to Auschwitz Museum, remember you are at a site where over 1 million people were killed. Respect their memory. There are better places to learn how to walk on a balance beam than the site which symbolizes deportation of hundreds of thousands to their deaths." The tweet went viral and also featured photos that showed people walking along the railway tracks, just so, oh my god, let's just take a cute photo at Auschwitz. Like, no. Don't do that. That's very offensive. The museum didn't ban photography, but instead encouraged people to take photos that commemorate the victims without being disrespectful, like this photo they shared to their Instagram. Well, there you have it, friends. Which was the most disrespectful influencer on this list? Let me know in the comments. For now, I'm gonna wrap up this video with some comment features from part 2. Let's see what you guys say about me when I'm not around, huh? JG said, other than IO, I don't trust anything online anymore. That's a lot of pressure. You mean I have to like do research and check sources? Cause like, I'm just kidding, I already do that. Mel Harry said, I think I've been living under a rock. I had never heard of an influencer until I watched IO. Maybe I should get Instagram. You must have been living under a very large, very mossy rock. Helen Elizabeth said, am I the only person who thinks all the people on this channel sound the same when they talk? Yeah, and I think there's a reason for that. I think Jocelyn, when she first started working here, watched my videos to learn how to be a host on IO. But it's also just like the general like news voice, you know, like yeah, you know. Anyways, that is it for me. Stick around for some bonus content if you're interested. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want more, and I'm gonna see you in a future IO video.